Australia's biker clubs are synonymous with violence, secrecy, and sprawling criminal empires. From bloody feuds to ruthless operations, these gangs have carved a notorious legacy that reverberates globally. This exploration delves into the origins, key players, and defining moments of Australia's most dangerous biker clubs, revealing why they inspire both fear and fascination. Buckle up for a journey into their dark and chaotic world. The roots of Australia's biker subculture. The story of Australia's biker clubs begins in the 1960s, a time of cultural upheaval and rebellion. The Gladiators Motorcycle Club, MC, formed in Maitland, New South Wales in 1963, is widely regarded as the country's first outlaw biker club. Emerging in a town known for its speedway, the Gladiators embraced a rugged, anti-establishment ethos that resonated with disillusioned youth. The club's origins are cloaked in mystery, with sparse details about its founders or the inspiration behind its name. This secrecy became a hallmark of the biker subculture, fueling public intrigue and establishing a template for future clubs. The Gladiators' early years were marked by a blend of camaraderie and rebellion, but their activities soon veered into criminal territory. By the 1970s, the club had expanded beyond Maitland, establishing chapters in Grafton and Gunnedah. This growth amplified their influence and involvement in illicit enterprises, from drug trafficking to extortion. A pivotal moment came in 2012 when Frank Vandercroft, president of the Maitland chapter, was shot 4 times in a targeted attack. Driving himself to Cessnock Hospital, Vandercroft survived, but the discovery of a burnt-out car linked to the shooting underscored the club's violent reputation. The Gladiators' ability to maintain a low profile while expanding their reach cemented their status as a formidable force in Australia's biker scene. As the Gladiators laid the groundwork, the 1960s and 1970s saw a proliferation of biker clubs across Australia. Each new club brought its own blend of charisma, secrecy, and lawlessness, weaving a complex tapestry that would define the nation's outlaw motorcycle gang, OMCG culture. This era of expansion set the stage for the rise of some of the most infamous clubs in Australian history. The Comanchero Motorcycle Club, a legacy of violence. Founded in 1966 by William George Jack Ross, the Comanchero Motorcycle Club drew inspiration from the 1961 John Wayne film, The Comancheros, evoking images of rugged individualism. Ross, a charismatic and authoritarian leader, styled himself as the Supreme Commander, imposing a military-style hierarchy that distinguished the Comanchero from their peers. This rigid structure enabled the club to operate with precision, quickly establishing a reputation for ruthlessness. The Comanchero's criminal portfolio was extensive, encompassing drug trafficking, extortion, and violent turf wars. Their notoriety peaked during the Milpera Massacre of 1984, a brutal confrontation with the rival Bandidos MC at a swap meet in Sydney's Viking Tavern parking lot. The clash, fueled by territorial disputes, left 7 dead, 4 Comanchero members, 2 Bandidos, and an innocent bystander. The massacre shocked Australia, exposing the lethal potential of biker gang rivalries and prompting intensified law enforcement scrutiny. Despite the fallout, the Comanchero continued to thrive, expanding their membership and influence. Their ability to adapt and maintain a disciplined organizational structure ensured their dominance in Australia's criminal underworld. The club's legacy, shaped by Ross's authoritarian vision and punctuated by acts of extreme violence, remains a chilling testament to the allure and danger of the biker lifestyle. Rebels, MC, from Brotherhood to Infamy. The Rebels Motorcycle Club, originally known as the Confederates, was established in 1969 by Clint Jacks in Brisbane, Queensland. Initially a haven for those seeking brotherhood and adventure, the club underwent a dramatic transformation in the 1970s, rebranding as the Rebels MC. This shift marked a descent into criminality, with the club becoming a powerhouse in Australia's biker landscape. At its zenith, the Rebels boasted over 70 chapters and 1,000 members nationwide, making it one of the largest OMCGs in Australia. Their criminal activities were diverse, including murder, drug trafficking, and firearms offenses. These operations not only funded the club, but also reinforced its fearsome reputation. The Rebels' ability to attract a broad membership, united by a shared outlaw ethos, amplified their influence and control within the biker community. The club's journey from a tight-knit brotherhood to a sprawling criminal enterprise highlights the seductive yet destructive nature of the biker subculture. Their extensive network and willingness to engage in violent confrontations solidified their status as one of Australia's most notorious gangs. Hells Angels, American Outlaws. Down Under. The Hells Angels, motorcycle club founded in Fontana, California in 1948, arrived in Australia in the 1970s, establishing chapters in Melbourne and Sydney. Known globally for their rebellion and intimidation, the Hells Angels quickly became a dominant force in Australia's biker scene. Their rapid growth was fueled by a potent mix of charisma and criminality, attracting a large following. In Australia, the Hells Angels diversified their operations, engaging in drug trafficking, extortion, and money laundering. They also ventured into legitimate businesses, tattoo parlors, gyms, security services, and transportation companies, often suspected as fronts for laundering illicit profits. A key figure, Dan Abovich, a former sergeant-at-arms, epitomized the club's volatile nature. In December 2023, Bovich was implicated in a stabbing at a Kings Park, Perth concert, linked to internal Hells Angels disputes. The incident triggered a police crackdown, resulting in multiple arrests and seizures of weapons and drugs. The Hells Angels' dominance was bolstered by strategic alliances with other OMCGs, including the Immortals, Coffin Cheaters, Satan Soldiers, Vikings, and Red Devils. These partnerships enhanced their operational capacity and influence. A notable clash with the Comanchero on a 2009 flight from Melbourne to Sydney underscored their propensity for violence. Despite relentless law enforcement efforts, the Hells Angels remain a formidable presence, embodying the perilous allure of the outlaw lifestyle. Bandidos, MC, a deadly feud. The Bandidos motorcycle club, founded by Anthony Mark Snodgrass Spencer in the 1980s, emerged as a major player in Australia's biker scene. Spencer's vision led to the rapid establishment of chapters across the country, but the Bandidos' rise was marred by a fierce rivalry with the Comanchero. This feud culminated in the 1984 Milpera massacre, a firefight that claimed 7 lives and shocked the nation. The rivalry persisted, fueling sporadic violence in subsequent decades. In response, the Australian government launched Operation Ranmore, a sweeping crackdown targeting OMCGs. The operation resulted in 344 arrests of Bandidos and Comanchero affiliates, aiming to disrupt their criminal networks. Despite these efforts, the Bandidos remain a potent force, their legacy defined by relentless conflict and territorial ambition. Other players and alliances beyond the Gladiators, Comanchero, Rebels, Hells Angels, and Bandidos, clubs like the Mongols and Outlaws MC have left significant marks. The Mongols, originating in the US, established Australian chapters in the 1980s, gaining notoriety for drug trafficking and violent clashes. Outlaws MC, another American import, entrenched themselves through similar illicit activities, earning a reputation for ruthlessness. Alliances are a cornerstone of the OMCG world, with clubs forming strategic partnerships to bolster their power. The Hells Angels alliances with the Immortals, Coffin Cheaters, and others exemplify this dynamic, creating a complex and volatile network. These partnerships, built on mutual interests and survival, amplify the gang's influence and challenge law enforcement efforts. The future of Australia's biker clubs. Australia's biker clubs remain a potent force, their legacy shaped by violence, secrecy, and resilience. Despite aggressive law enforcement campaigns, these gangs continue to adapt, leveraging alliances and diversified operations to maintain their grip on the criminal underworld. The public's fascination with their rebellious allure persists, but so does the chaos they leave in their wake. What lies ahead for these outlaw clubs? Will law enforcement dismantle their networks, or will they evolve to evade scrutiny? The answers remain uncertain, but one thing is clear: Australia's biker clubs will continue to captivate and unsettle for years to come.